Y'all, Hollywood just imploded again. Nicole Kidman, the queen of red carpets and frozen smiles, has reportedly broken down after her husband, country superstar Keith Urban, went missing. Yeah, you heard that right, missing. Not off the grid, not taking personal time, but straight up vanished like a Grammy night hangover dow. Before you say publicity stunt, buckle up because this isn't your average celebrity meltdown. This is Nicole Kidman, the breakdown edition. The woman who once survived Tom Cruise's couch-jumping era is now allegedly crying in couture, clutching her Oscar, and whispering, "Where's Keith?" But here's the million-dollar question. Did Keith really disappear, or did Hollywood make him disappear? Because according to whispers from behind the velvet rope, this missing husband story is just the tip of a billion-dollar PR iceberg. Leaked texts, deleted posts, and a mysterious jet leaving Nashville at 3 a.m. Oh baby, this story has more twists than a Netflix limited series, so grab your matcha, turn up the brightness, and prepare for the meltdown of the millennium. Because what's happening behind Nicole Kidman's picture-perfect smile might just be the darkest scandal Hollywood's ever tried to hide. It all started when whispers began swirling around Nashville that something wasn't right inside the perfect fairy tale world of Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban. The couple who once looked like Hollywood's last standing love story suddenly became the center of a scandal so bizarre it made the tabloids look tame. What began as harmless gossip about a few missed public appearances snowballed into a full-blown mystery after Keith abruptly vanished from the spotlight. One day he was performing to a sold-out crowd. The next day he was gone, and the only thing left behind was a cryptic Instagram caption that read, "Sometimes silence says everything." People thought it was poetic at first, now it sounds like a warning. Fans started noticing little details that didn't add up. Nicole showing up at events alone, her wedding ring missing in some photos, her calm demeanor when questioned about her husband's whereabouts. Everything about her screamed composure, but insiders whispered it was an act. According to an alleged close friend, Nicole had been on the edge for weeks, crying behind closed doors and snapping at her team, but the same source claimed her publicists ordered her to stay quiet because any emotional reaction could be used against her. That only fueled the fire, because if Nicole was the grieving wife, why hide it? The tabloids began digging up old cracks in their marriage, the rehab rumors, the award show awkwardness, the tension between tours and filming schedules. It wasn't the first time their marriage was said to be strained, but this time there was no denial, no statement. No, Keith, the man who once couldn't go a week without posting a love song about Nicole, had gone radio silent. Reports started surfacing that Keith had been seen at an airport days before his disappearance, looking exhausted and muttering something about not being able to take it anymore. One staff member allegedly told a gossip site that he looked like he hadn't slept in days. His guitar tech supposedly found a half-packed bag and a handwritten note in the studio that read, "Don't wait up." The note was never confirmed, but that didn't stop the rumor mill from spinning. Fans online split into two camps, Team Nicole defending her as a wronged woman and Team Keith convinced she was hiding something. The hashtags multiplied, the theories grew darker, and by the end of that week, the internet was demanding answers. Was it a mental health break, a secret rehab trip, or had something far more calculated taken place? Everyone had a theory, but no one had proof. And that's exactly how Hollywood likes it, because in this town silence isn't golden, it's weaponized, and Nicole Kidman had mastered it better than anyone else. As the headlines multiplied and social media detectives turned into full-time investigators, new details began leaking from every corner of Hollywood, painting a picture far darker than anyone expected. Anonymous sources claiming to be part of Keith's inner circle stepped forward, spinning tales of secret fights over money, career control, and jealousy that had been festering for years. One insider described the marriage as a polished performance that had quietly rotted behind the scenes, saying that while the cameras saw devotion, the truth was built on deals and contracts designed to protect reputations rather than love. Another claimed Nicole's team had full authority over Keith's schedule, dictating interviews and appearances to fit her image as Hollywood's golden perfection, and that when Keith began pushing back, the power struggle turned ugly. Then came the so-called leaked reports circulating online, suggesting that days before his disappearance, Keith had transferred a large sum of money into an offshore account registered under a name that couldn't be traced. Conspiracy channels exploded with claims that it was either hush money or an escape fund, and suddenly the narrative shifted from heartbreak to high stakes. Cover-up fans started comparing flight logs and hotel records like amateur FBI agents, while gossip podcasts released exclusive audio clips that allegedly captured arguments between the two of them. The authenticity of the recordings was impossible to confirm, but that never stopped the internet from treating them like gospel. Meanwhile, Nicole was seen arriving at a charity event in a gown worth more than most people's homes, flashing the same serene smile that now looked almost haunting. Some said it was confidence, others said it was guilt. A tabloid reporter posted that one of Nicole's assistants had been fired after refusing to delete files from Keith's old phone, adding that the device was later wiped clean by an unknown technician. The implication was obvious: someone was erasing a trail. Whatever that trail led to, nobody knew, but it was enough to send online forums into meltdown. Within hours, theories popped up claiming everything from secret affairs to illegal financial dealings to even darker insinuations of coercion and control. One particularly viral thread insisted that Keith had discovered something about a major Hollywood figure and that his disappearance was no accident but a silencing operation orchestrated to protect a billion-dollar empire. No one could prove it, of course, but that didn't matter when the digital crowd was already convinced. Every image of Nicole was dissected, every word analyzed, and every rumor exaggerated into headline material. Keith's bandmates refused interviews, his label went dark, and the silence only deepened the suspicion. Some fans even organized candlelight vigils in Nashville holding posters that read "Find Keith," while others accused the entire industry of turning its back to protect one of its own. The truth was blurred behind spin statements and half-truths, but one thing was clear. Hollywood had turned a love story into a crime scene, and Nicole Kidman was days turned into weeks, and the mystery only deepened with every passing hour as investigators hinted at inconsistencies in the timeline. While fans grew restless, demanding answers that no one seemed willing to give, the police released a brief statement calling Keith Urban a person of interest in his own disappearance, and that single phrase ignited a firestorm of speculation across every media outlet in existence. How could a man be a person of interest in vanishing himself? The phrase made no sense, but it fueled a theory that Keith was alive somewhere, hiding under a new identity, perhaps running from something too big to face. Alleged sightings poured in from New Zealand to Monte Carlo, each one more ridiculous than the last, but they kept the story alive as Hollywood's finest tried to distance themselves from the chaos. Yet behind the curtains, the whispers grew louder about a secret investigation led not by law enforcement, but by private security firms hired by studios, terrified of what this scandal might expose if there were contracts, money trails, or hidden recordings linking top executives to the mess. Then this was no longer just a celebrity story, it was a Hollywood crisis. Reports claimed Nicole had gone into isolation at her Australian estate, refusing to take calls, except from one unnamed producer, who was supposedly helping her manage the fallout. Paparazzi captured her walking the beaches alone, her face hidden behind oversized sunglasses, and that image of solitude became the symbol of speculation. Was it grief, guilt, or strategy? Meanwhile, entertainment networks aired marathon specials, dissecting every frame of her public appearances, while online sleuths tracked her flight history and cross-referenced it with every major Hollywood event she had skipped. Some fans claimed a private jet matching Keith's tail number had been spotted landing at a remote island resort, but no official records backed it up. Still, the rumors refused to die, because in the age of viral truth, who needs facts when you have followers? The scandal reached its peak when a so-called anonymous hacker released a folder titled The Urban Files, containing blurry screenshots of supposed emails between Keith and a major record executive discussing an undisclosed payment. The files were quickly labeled fake, but not before millions had seen them and drawn their own conclusions. The media frenzy hit critical mass, and suddenly, every talk show host, every gossip columnist, and every internet commentator was asking the same question: where is Keith Urban, and what does Nicole Kidman really know about his disappearance? The story had evolved from a missing person case into a legend of betrayal, fame, and manipulation, leaving the world to wonder whether the truth would ever surface or if it had already been buried beneath Hollywood's glittering lies. So here we are at the end of a story that feels less like a Hollywood mystery and more like a masterclass in chaos. The questions still hang heavy in the air. Where is Keith Urban? What really happened behind those velvet ropes? And is Nicole Kidman the victim of a perfect storm, or the architect of it? Somewhere out there, the truth is sitting quietly, maybe in a deleted message or an untraceable flight record, waiting for the right moment to explode. But one thing's certain, this story isn't over. It's just paused. The cameras may have stopped rolling, but the whispers are louder than ever, and the next chapter could break any moment. If you think you've heard everything, think again, because the deeper we dig, the stranger it gets. What do you believe? Did Keith walk away from fame, or was he forced into silence? Tell me in the comments because your theories might be the key that unlocks this puzzle. Don't forget to like this video, share it before it mysteriously disappears, and subscribe for more investigations. They don't want you to see. The truth is out there, and we're just getting started.